Hello, and welcome back to the Cove with more Surviving Mars. Alright, so we have a new dome that's going up, and we are just figuring out the logistics there. We have a little bit of a leak, which is not particularly good. So I'm thinking maybe we... How are we going? Okay, so that's not working because it's malfunctioned. We need more electronics. So let's pick you up, and where do we store those? That's food, concrete. Are these our machine? Yep, and electronic. Okay. We will tell you to go here and pick up, say how many? Let's load resources here and let's take half of our load and pick that up and bring that back over here. We need to get those drones up and running. Right, so that's the 10, and we'll get them dropped off here. At the end of the day, they'll get put into the correct one anyway, so it's not an issue. The robots will do their thing. Up and going. There we are. Good job. Alright, so we have a couple of little holes, but they're being patched. That's good to see. And now we're now back to a positive. Stored power, still have a full day's worth. This is charging very nicely. We're almost where we need to be. And this requires how much more? We have 16 polymers. That's enough there. We have enough concrete and the metals. How many metals do we have? We are... Okay, there's a handful. Got to be close. 3? Yep, and there we go. Here it is. Our wonderful...
Sector scanned.
A wonderful new big dome. Would you look at that? Oh, so beautiful. Alright, so first of all, we are going to need to get some basic life support going. So let's go straight there. And I think we're going to go with maybe... Oh, wait, we can't pay for moisture evaporators. Oops. I thought we had them unlocked. Okay, well, you know what? That's not the end of the world. I really don't want to run the water all the way across here. So I guess we're going to... You know what? We can bring our cargo shuttle that is back on Earth and bring those with us. Alright, so in the meantime, we will go with a large water tank. And we will put that over here, I guess. Should stay nice and out the way. How close can we get that? Yep, that seems... Oh, wait. Metals. Do that. Yep, let's put that over here and make sure it's... Normally there's 3. That'll plug us in. Alright, so we can do that. And also if we make another little dome out for the sides, that'll be close. Then we also have our battery that is sorted, and now we need oxygen as well. So let's go with a water tower, hydroponic farm, oxygen tank. Huh. I looked at the Moxie and then went straight by. Alright, we need an oxygen tank. Can we get a larger one of those? They would be useful if we could. But since we are where we are, let's pop one here. And because it's a little bit bigger, let's go for a second one. And then we'll also place down a Moxie, which only requires water from the evaporator. So let's plug all of that in. Objects underneath are blocking. Now let's rotate you around. Go this way. And see how much we can connect in. Alright, well, you know what? That should be good enough. Alright. Sounds pretty good to me. And because they're all connected to the dome, they should be capable of being built. Now that we have electronics, polymers, machine parts, food, and metal. Okay. Now, since we don't have any people here yet, we can probably start planning this out. Now, first of all, we should probably look at housing. Okay, so we could go for apartments, which are slightly crowded, so they're less comfortable. Smart homes, that's right, we were looking at that, and smart complexes. How far away are we on such things? We have a look at storage, okay. We're close, but we're not that close. Alright. What to do? Also, I just realized each one of these segments has 3 large building spaces. So we will be able to fit in an enormous amount of infrastructure. Okay, so given that, we actually probably want to make sure that we are doing... We can have a big dome in the middle. Do we want the medical complex? It would be good, and I think it does give us a birth rate bonus. Water reclamation could be somewhat useful, but again, I don't think that's really our issue. Yeah, you know what? Let's see if we can get this. Do we go for the arc? You know what? I think we see if we can get the archaeology finished. That might be a worthwhile investment. Alright, in the meantime, what else do we have? We have services. We don't want the electronics store or those things just yet. We want now a Hawking Institute. Okay, we'll want that when we unlock things. But where is that? Oh, sorry. I am a fool. We need to go and check out our production. So our electronics factory. We'll put that nice and close to our rare metals. We will put that there. You know what? We will place it, but I don't think... Okay, I know, we need life support. But I will have that turned off. Because we do not need to build that currently. And what else could we do? We'll need a rare metals extractor. Unexploitable deposits. Oh, will be me. All right. We have a few things we need to research. All right, so we'll pop archaeology, smart homes. We need to know what we're doing there, and then we will cancel the rejuvenation, and we will open up deep metal extraction. Oh, okay. So we also have a laser grid. Oh, okay. So a meteor defense system. I did not see that. Well, we do know that's possible to bring some more in with our spaceships, so we should probably do that. But what is more important is being able to exploit deep metals. Alright. Now, how much money are we sitting on? 1.6 billion? You know what? We do need a new commander. I'm pretty sure. Did the commander give us... No. Probably do need one, though. So let's go for a... Let's have a look at our resupply. If we did send a cargo rocket, we will definitely want an RC commander. That's just a straight up investment of good money. We could possibly do another RC Explorer for the bonus 100 science per day. How much did that cost us? 400 million for an extra 100. So as long as... What? As long as we invest... Yeah, so outsourcing would give us 100 science a day if we spend $500 million. And that'll be for 5 days. So that's an extra 500 science. Or we could just pay for an explorer and gain some long-term benefit. And that will give us a little bit of redundancy. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a good idea. We also definitely need a handful more in the ways of electronics to get us off the ground and into sustainability. We also want... How much are these? These are 200 million. Oh, this is quite the pickle. Alright, we'll hang off that for a while. Wait till we can get all that sorted. Oh wait, wrong button. We also have the issue of needing moisture vaporators, which will be important. Ah. Well, You know what? We probably can do without the deep metal extraction. It's more important to get the dome up and running, so we'll pick that up. And there's really no reason in being able to make it until we know how we're going to house people. And what should we do? The rover command. Automated mode for RC Explorer and transport. Yeah. Let's pop that down the list. We definitely want that. But not at the cost of knowing where we're needing to improve with our dome. So let's keep an eye on that. And we will leave this turned off for now. Okay, so it is... Is it working? Can we... Okay, so it is turned off. Alright, well, you know what? That's not a bad idea. We should just keep that turned off for now. Keep that all working. At least we now have our concrete being dealt with. Actually, we should hook that into the network. We should definitely do that. And you know what? We'll just run that power cable across. There we go. Make sure that we are running 24/7 and being able to reintroduce any excess power back into the surplus. Yep. Actually, does that only work if this is turned off? We will find out. Right, let's just quickly check up at our power usage. We have 2 grids. Right, but if we turn this on, we still have 2 grids. Okay. Alright, well, you know what? We're just going to stay with that for now. At least, further down the track, we don't have to worry about things. And if it can run, it can run. If it can't, it can't. Yep. Alright, so that'll need maintenance. How are we going here? We have a desired amount of 10. How are we... Probably need to set this to pick up a couple of things. We don't want to load or gather, move and interact. We really need them to go and collect and be able to pass from one to another. You know, maybe we need to do a universal depot. That could be a good way of fixing this. So let's go to storage, universal depot. We'll put that right in the center. Okay, can we see control, multiple ranges? Alright. So both can reach that. We place that there. And then we make sure there is a desired amount of... I don't know. 5 of everything. And then as that gets filled up... Yeah, as that gets filled up, these robots will then meet in the middle and we can ferry everything between them. Okay. That is a nice, simple method. Right, Earthsick. Who is Earthsick? And why are you so unhappy? Unprepared meals? Scanned. Yeah, well, fair enough. I can, as I say, you're not you when you're hungry. Okay, how are we going here? We've almost finished with our education. Our botanist is now there. Right, so we can probably move on away from that. How many botanists do we have, though? Let us just check. We have 3 seniors, 1 youth, Couple of adults, yeah. At least we should probably be getting to a point where we're losing out on our refugees. They should be dying off, which is kind of a rough thing, but they do have a pretty negative impact. Okay, so we have a few botanists, engineers, geologists. Maybe we go for another geologist? If possible. Maybe, maybe another medic. We've only got one medic at the moment, so let's go ahead and make sure that we have a second one for either dome. That will probably make a big difference to our people's happiness. Alright, no one's unemployed. Yeah, this is sort of a childcare place. We have a garden, which is good. Comfort should be fairly good in this dome. Average comfort of 59. Yeah, missing a little bit of shopping. Do we have that? No. Okay, well, we can only do what we can do. How are we going here? How much? Oh, we have enough exports. You know what? That's actually very helpful. Although we don't want that Earthsick colonist to go. They are an engineer. Yeah, you are middle-aged, but we do want to keep that, so we'll try to return to Earth. Well, if we go here and we are departing, there's no tourists, but I don't think we can send tourists if we're sending metal. We could look at expeditions, but that's probably not what we want. You know what? Let's send them off and see if we lose that Earthsick colonist. Hopefully, because we're exporting materials, will be fine. Yep. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. We can still keep them here as long as we keep on producing. Right. Geologist. Oh, they're alcoholics. Ooh, that's not good. At least we've got you. Alright. How is all this going along? Desired amount of 20. Alright, we should be getting there. Everything else is still coming up to scratch. What's going on? Oh, it's a little drone hub where they recharge. Huh. Fancy. Cool. I like that.
Funding received.
Alright, and there's more money. But you know what? Since we are so behind on the science front, I feel like we spend a good $1 billion. Yeah, let's get ourselves. Alright, so outsource. Okay, so that's 1,000 science for the next 5. That's 5,000 science next. Yeah. So let's just do the math here. If 200 million gets us a 200 science per day for 5 days, if we purchase another explorer and have him for 20, we will make the same amount of extra science. Or if we look at the cost of it being 400 million, it would take us 20 days to recuperate the same amount of science. You know what? I think we're still going to buy another one of those explorers. However, for now, since we really want to get through some of this heavy tech, let's just outsource big and get ourselves there as quickly as possible. Yeah, so now we're looking at, what is it? An estimated 1650 science per soul? Yeah. Right, and this also needs power and things. Now the Moxie, that will require, yeah, we're going to need to get a few things. Okay, let's have a look at the resupply. Go for a cargo rocket, prefab buildings. We definitely want, say, 2 of these just to make sure that we have enough to build up a good supply. We probably also need a RC Explorer. Go for that long-term science boost. Alright, so we still have another 500 million. And then we are sitting fairly low on electronics, so maybe we just dump the rest of our cash into that. So that'll be for our long-term science. Our prefab will give us moisture evaporators, which is what we need. We're already connected to the energy grid, so we should have plenty in supply. Yeah, you know what? I think that will do us splendidly. So let's launch that. Oh, alright. Yeah, so water is an issue, but what's going on up here? Waste storage is full. Ugh. Alright, we really need to... How much water is left? Okay, we've spent, what is it, 113 souls. So, you know what? Let's just make it around 100 souls of extraction. That means we are consuming, what is it? 11,000 over 100 souls, so that's about 11 water per day. Wait, 11 water? No, that's not right. We'll call it 100. So it'll last us for another 20 plus days of water extraction. So we will need to add more to the extraction. So we'll probably have to go up either here or... Oh my goodness, that's crazy. That's low, and that's also low. Alright, well, either way, this is probably where we're going to expand our water network. Is there anywhere else that has more water? There is some down here, but again, that's not too useful. Nor there. Yeah. Alright, well, you know what? We've almost scanned everything. We should probably keep on going. 49% build area, that seems alright to me. We should also probably maybe do a couple more. There too. Yeah, alright. That sounds good. Glad we weren't wasting any scanning time. That would be unfortunate. Oh. Okay. That did concern me just a little. You know what? Let's chuck in a couple more power plugs. Yeah, for a single metal. Let's make sure that... What do we do? Probably make sure that the domes are connected with the power generator. Oh. This whole network does feel a little bit loopy though. Oh, we don't really have much of a choice. Let's... We'll try and figure that out. Alright, but in the meantime, this is coming our way, which is good. And you know what? Maybe we can even move some of these things. So our machine parts factory can probably stay. Maybe we get rid of the research lab, the security station, and the university, and we'll move the university and things to our big dome. Yeah. You know what? Let's have another look at our options. So if we go into a research, I feel like we should probably be, you know what, since we've got the moisture farming coming, let's get rid of that. We have what we need for now, and we will get the rest of our water elsewhere. Water consumption by domes is really good. Retirement and death, again, really good. but I feel like we're going to get slammed with some natural disasters at some point. And we really cannot afford that. Oh, there's so many good technologies around here, though. I really want them, but I think we're going to have to go with the meteor defense system. Like a dust storm, we have enough of a capacity to outlive those. And so, you know, damage comes and we can repair that fairly easily. But getting crushed by a meteor, I dare say, if that hits one of our domes, yeah, that could cause us just a little bit of grief. So let's get that on the list, and we will place something around maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. See if we can protect all that, maybe 5. And then maybe like another 3 around here. Like 1, 2, and 3. And that way we should cover a little bit down towards the science as well. Yeah. Yep, okay. I think that is a good call. I think that is a very good call. So we just have to wait upon our science, which is
resources are low.
Doing pretty good, actually. We are sitting on how much? Almost 18. Yeah, almost 18 and a half. Yeah, 1,839 science per day. That's only a couple of days worth of doing things. All right, that's pretty good. All right, so this has moisture evaporators, another RC Explorer, and all of that. Let's get that straight into our base, and coming at a pretty good time. We have plenty of extras.
Colonists are departing.
Wait, departing colonists? We're not sending anybody anywhere. Are they just up and going? You're gonna steal my rocket before we can load it with our rare metals? That's horrific. Alright, well, that's our little science supply going. Yeah, if that jolly fool thinks they can get away from my planet, you are sorely mistaken. Not if I get my choice. Alright, so experimental rocket. We should probably look at this. A new rocket engine has been developed by our sponsor on Earth. We have been offered the dubious honor of testing the first prototype. Alright, you know what? I do think it sounds too risky, but with the amount of fuel that we have, we can probably repair anything that gets busted. We do have actual launch pads, so it shouldn't theoretically cause too much damage. No guts, no glory. We accept. And we're going to have to find out what those consequences are in the next one, because that is all we have time for today. So, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.